Hey, what's up, YouTube? And welcome to another episode of Mo to Go. Today, just like every week, we're going to talk to you about some multiplayer games that we're interested in, upcoming games, and one in particular that Bordy is actually playing now. So, Bordy, why don't we hop right in here with the first game?
Yeah, so the first game we want to talk about really fast is Craftopia, man. This is a game that I haven't played personally, but it looks really fun. Looks like it'd be something that's up my alley. So real quick, I'm going to read you the Steam description, then we'll kind of get into the meat of the update. So Craftopia was released in September of 2020. It's a multiplayer survival action game made in Japan. They combine many features that they find enjoyable, such as hunting, farming, hack and slash, building automation to develop the game. And there's dungeons to explore, fishing, vehicles, and a lot more in Craftopia. So you can chop trees, mine stone, just like you can in like any survival style sandbox type game. Explore a big open world environment. There's hunger mechanics in the game. You can automate activities with like factory management type of stuff and a whole lot more in Craftopia. So it's worth checking out. It's 20% off on Steam right now. It's selling for $19.99, but recently they had a large patch that introduced a lot of new stuff into the game. They introduced the spear, a new biome, and tree planting is now a thing, and you now have the ability to turn your enemies into kebabs with the spear that offers powerful buffs for the throwing weapon after successfully completing the main combo sequence. So that sounds like a pretty cool touch on the spear weapon in the game. And there was also a ton of bug fixes and improvements for Craftopia as well. So if this is something you have in your Steam library now and you've been thinking about playing it again, now may be a good time to jump back in after this update. Or if you're looking for a new game to play, you might want to check out Craftopia if it sounds like something you would enjoy.
Yeah, dude, that reminds me that the art style reminds me of a Zelda game. Breath of the Wild or something. So that's pretty cool, man. I'll have to check that out for sure. Another game that kind of reminds me of Zelda is Rogue Heroes. Now, Rogue Heroes is a game that's ironically going to be available to Steam and Switch, which is very odd, dude. You don't see a lot of crossover titles like that from Nintendo, but that's the case. So Roguelike is a dungeon crawler in isometric view, just like the old school Zelda games. You will basically be able to group up with up to 4 friends. 4 different classes are available in the game, and you'll go through dungeons in the world of Tassos and dig deep and level up and create different ways or different builds as you go through these dungeons. So, dude, it looks like a ton of fun. It does remind me a lot of, as far as the art style goes, of a old school Zelda game. And dude, I think it could be, kind of a leap into the future with the roguelike. It seems like a lot of games are doing roguelike features in these RPGs now. And I'm here for it because I think it adds a ton to replay value when you're able to create a new build with each playthrough.
Yeah, dude, I love rogue type games, man. They're a lot of fun to me. So now the kind of the featured game, I guess, of this episode is Valheim. Yes, so Valheim is something that I've been playing a ton of here recently, and I know this game is catching a lot of hype lately, and in my opinion, it's rightfully so. The game is really good. If you like survival style sandbox games, you have to go try it. It's great. If you haven't jumped on board yet, you need to go try it because it is an amazing game. It's $19.99 on Steam. It is in early access, but it does not feel like the early access games that we have become so accustomed to. It feels very fleshed out already. It feels really good, and it's just a ton of fun. So I'm going to read the description really quick and then talk about a couple of other things here that I wanted to mention about the game. So Valheim is a brutal exploration and survival game for 1 to 10 players set in a procedurally generated purgatory inspired by Viking culture. You can battle, build, and conquer your way to a saga worthy of Odin's patronage, and is developed by Iron Gate. So here's kind of the news. One of the pieces of news is that Valheim, it has already surpassed 1 million units sold in the first week on Steam Early Access. That's crazy. That's absolutely incredible. I think it just goes to show the power of creating a really good game and how hungry people are to have a really good game out there, kind of in this vein. And I think it's scratching the itch for a lot of people. 1 million units sold in the first week is pretty crazy. So it also has had 160,000 peak concurrent users and over 127,000 peak viewers on Twitch in the first week. It's pretty nuts. So they have also released a Valheim Road Map that I wanted to talk about really quickly here. So it has, well, let me pull it up here. What did I do with it, Red? No.
Uh-oh.
No.
We'll stall for time.
Yeah, stall. No, I got it right here.
All
so
right,
the roadmap.
cool.
So they're planning 4 major updates in 2021. They don't give any kind of date or specific date, but the first update is called Hearth and Home, and they don't give any details on what's included in those updates, but they kind of hint at it. So I would assume Hearth and Home is kind of a building update would be my guess. Update 2 is Cult of the Wolf. I have no idea what that one's going to be though. It's kind of a weird name. Who knows what that's going to be? Maybe some kind of PvE update. The next one is Ships in the Sea. So obviously that's going to be some sort of big update and maybe, the naval content in the game. And then update 4 is a new biome, the Mistlands, which is cool. Then they have some bonus features, multiplayer interactions, combat improvements, moon phases, which I think is dope, tar pits, vendor inventory expansion, brigands, more unique locations, sandbox mode, and a little bit more. So they're working on this game, man, and they've sold so much. They should have a pretty big budget now to improve the game. It's exciting to see where it's going to go, dude.
Yeah. Quick math. That's a lot of money to make with a million copies sold. And dude,
crazy.
I've been watching you play it on your stream a lot, and I got some questions for you, Bordy. What do you think? What is the main thing that you think Valheim does that separates itself from all these other survival games?
So I think a couple things. I think so. Number one, the world is procedurally generated and it looks incredible. It doesn't feel like a procedurally generated world. The forest looks really, really good. It's really well done. It just looks really nice. And for an early access game, I think one of the major things is that it just performs well, man. It's very smooth. The combat is fluid. The crafting is incredibly in depth. There's a lot of little nice nuances in the game, like whenever you craft a campfire, if you don't put a roof over it, whenever it's in your base, if it rains, your camp will go out, your fire will go out. So you have to kind of build a chimney on your base, which is pretty cool. I think that's a neat little touch. You can also, if you don't put a chimney, smoke comes into your building and it'll kill you. So that's pretty cool. I think just a lot of neat little details. It's the attention to detail that's making this game so good. I think because everything has a purpose. There's just a ton to do in the game too. The world is huge. So that was not just one thing. That was a lot of things, I know, but there's all those things together, I think, is what makes the game set apart from other survival games out there right now. Yeah,
for sure. And I'm not so much of a crafting or survival game player like you are, but I have to say the setting and how well done this game is compels me to want to try it out because, like you said, I don't think games that are this hot or without lack of a better term come around very often. I think when you make a good game, people flock to it, and it seems to be what's happening with Valheim. So if you haven't tried it out already, it's again available on Steam now for $20 early access, and a ton of people in our Discord are having fun with it. So if you want people to play with, come over and join our Discord. I think there are several servers going on right now of Valheim. So all right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us every week for this new series that we're trying out, Motigo. If you haven't already, hit the subscription button, the notification bell for more videos like this. And Bordy, got anything else to say about Valheim before we go?
No, man. Other than if you like survival style games, go buy it. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're not playing it right now and you like that genre of game because it's really, really good. All right, boys. Go buy Valheim. Again, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video.